Ahoy toy! Welcome to Transfixed, the channel that is right behind you. Look out! Tonight we're going to look at an old one here. This is MP-6 Skywarp, the first Masterpiece Skywarp that was released, and back in 2007. Now I was kind of impatient because the releases were really confusing me. Just a little background info here. Now the very first Masterpiece Seeker we got was Starscream in 2006. That was MP3. And then a year later we got our first Skywarp, which is the MP-6 we're looking at now from 2007. Now 5 years later, in 2012, we got the MP-11 remold for the Seekers. So in Japan they got Starscream. In North America we got Thundercracker as the first MP-11 remold. And I don't know why they can't release these guys closer together like they did back in the G1 days, but anyway. The next year, in 2013, Japan got Sunstorm. In North America, got Acid Storm. The following year, North America got a version of Sunstorm, which was a Toys R Us exclusive and looked, it was okay. Now, I guess it was about this time that I started working on this custom because I was almost finished it and almost really happy with it. See, I got tired of waiting for us to get the rest of the Seekers all in the same mold. So I started working on this custom here. I was able to get the Skywarp at a good price, and I started working on it. I was almost done. I was very excited. And then, of course, guess what happens? 2015 rolls around, and we get the pre-order up for MP-11 Skywarp. Yeah. Now, he was pretty expensive. It's been knocked off since, but I did, of course, have to get the official one. But, yeah, so this guy was just a placeholder on my shelf for a few months. But I still am kind of proud of it, even though it's not great, so I kind of wanted to show it off. And so here is my custom. Now I looked online to find out how to do this. There is a mod. Mostly the problem was the underside here, or the back side, where the legs did not separate on MP-6. It had this long skirt, and of course that needed to go and be cut. And there's a way you could make this into a sliding mechanism. So I decided to get ambitious, and it kind of worked out. I was able to do it. It doesn't look perfect, but it works. You can see there's gaps there, but I'll show you how it does actually work. I'll close up the landing gear here. These are never going to open again because they're really tight. And you can see these pieces are missing here. These have been cut down as well. So, by the way, as you can see, I'm experimenting with a different background. So let me know if you like it or you hate it. The plain white is very practical, but it's not very interesting. So most of this is the same as MP-11. Oh, right, it doesn't. As I say that, of course, I forget these engines do not come out to be the heel spurs like MP-11 does. So let's get these legs down. I've also done some painting, as you can see. I'll talk about that later. Now, the big deal here is the legs. So, how do these work? Well, this hip skirt here is on a ball joint. I wonder if I should get this out of the way. So, talk about this. These are tabbed in on the side here, the arms. Okay. So what you can do is just take this right off of the ball joint. And this would have been the long skirt altogether. This has been cut off and then sanded down with a Dremel. And you could do away with these altogether if you like. And even cut the cut those ball pegs off, which maybe is a good idea. I don't know. But for now, I'll just snap it back on. And here's the other side of that cut. Now you can see it's solid in here and hollow here. So this is the place where you want to cut it. Right there. There's some super glue here. This is a piece I had to... what's happened here? Oh yeah. Is that broken? I think that's actually broken. Now you want these to tab in place. So I've actually just super glued a small piece of plastic there, and what that does is it pins into here. These pieces here have filed down a little bit, and then there's a hole that's revealed underneath. So you just line it up so it tabs into that piece there, and same on this side, of course. Now these pieces are all the way off because we've cut them off the skirt, and what's happened here is there's a screw. You know, I really need to disassemble this to show how it works, but there's a screw that I've put into the leg, and then gosh, how to do this? This screw has to be taken out so that you can get this panel off and get it removed. Well, not removed as far as attached, actually. So what is there underneath is a channel, and a hole. The hole is for the screw to go into, and then the channel for it to slide. So once this piece is off, I'm sorry to be leaving this to the imagination, but I'll put some pictures in here. So this inner piece here, this insert, you take it off and you cut a hole in it for the screw, just big enough for the screw, but not the screw head, because that's what holds it in place. And then a channel to go with it, like any kind of sliding lock type of thing you've seen before. So you put the screw through the hole and screw it actually into the leg. And then this outer piece here with the wing and everything, put it back on and then screw it back together with this screw here. So what you end up with is this hinged sliding assembly here. And of course that is so that we can get the effect that we have with MP-11, so that it can now slide up, and then using those tabs that I talked about earlier, lock into place. This one, of course, is broken, so that one doesn't, well, it kind of sits there, but doesn't really lock into place anymore. So now these will slide up. And these feet I have painted with a Tamiya purple, because before they were just black, and he's supposed to have purple feet. So there he is on his new legs, and this lines up roughly with the top of his shin there, roughly with the knee. Not perfect, but you know, this was a long time ago, and you know, it's dependent on your skills. And then moving up, of course, I've painted these with the same Tamiya purple, and then put a clear top coat over top of them. Same with the guns. The guns were just black before; those have been painted purple, trying to get everything to match up. And then, of course, the cockpit was originally I had painted the cockpit with a clear Tamiya clear yellow to go over the canopy. Or I tried it on the inside first, and then the outside. I wasn't getting a good result. It looked too milky. I couldn't get a consistent clear look to that. So in the end, I just had to paint over it with a solid yellow, and I think that actually looks better because that's more accurate to the cartoon. And then just go over this with black, you know, to get a nice clean line there, masking it off with some tape, and then some black around the edges. So let me finish transforming him, because there's nothing else that's really different. Oh, actually I misspoke. I have to talk about the wings. You can see all this kibble here was removed from the MP-11 because the focus shifted to be more in the robot mode than the jet mode. So these pieces here are actually attached. Now, before it had these pieces were on the shrouds here, and they would pivot up in robot mode. And I don't think that looked super great. So I glued them here, super glued these back onto the wings, and I've cut the bottom part off so that it's just kind of more of a streamlined look. And again, I haven't done a great job on that, but you get the idea. So attaching them back here like MP-11 did, because they're less obtrusive when they're hanging down off of the wings than they are off of his hips. Anyway, so now I will finish the transformation. I'll just move these out of the way, slide this down and around in case you haven't seen this before. Back panel pops out and swings up, and this part goes down. So this can all be transformed the usual way. Lift the canopy. Oh, I painted the seat in there as well. No big deal. No big deal. You know, just painting the seat. Whatever. And then this goes through. I'm not going to miss this mold, if I'm honest. It's good for its time, but it's got a lot of problems. Alright, so there's our old MP-6. Actually looks pretty good. I mean, this is essential to getting him to stand up. You have to have these down here. These wings, I mean. Doesn't look too bad, you know, considering. I think that yellow really gives it a nice bit of color breakup. It's nice and screen accurate. He's got yellow eyes for some reason. So I was wrong about the head. This is actually the old version where it's just narrow. There's the newer ones have the side pieces that spring in and out. And he's got a smirking face on here, but this one you could, I think, can you rotate this one? It looks like you can. You just have to pull it down. Yeah, pull it down. And then you can rotate it around. Oops, it's gone back up. And then have the serious face. I like the smirking face. Even though it's meant for Starscream, I think it looks good for Skywarp. He was kind of a jerk. Kind of a bully. I just love this character because of the color scheme, really. He doesn't have much characterization to speak of. Now, I also had this head that I ordered from Shapeways, and I had to paint that myself because it just comes in white plastic or whatever color you order it in. And then you also have to drill your own hole back here for to attach it. And I think I built it up a little bit after I drilled it because it's got to have enough. It's got to have something to grab onto there. So let's change the head. It's just on a ball and socket. It takes a bit of force to get that off. So let's try to put it on now. Ouch. Okay, so I've broken it. Alright, there it is. He's looking angry there. Yeah, I'm not super happy with that. I don't think Skywarp should look so angry. I think I had this on Thundercracker for a little while. But you can do that. This one, you can't transform it with that head on. It's too wide. And, yeah, I've kind of broken it now, so let's just forget about that. And we'll put his original smirky face back on. Oops. Now we got Dwarf, or super deformed Skywarp. I kind of love that now. That's fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna leave him like that for a little while because it makes me happy. So there's my amazing custom Skywarp. Oh, by the way, these are supposed to be pulled forward to make it, you know, to resemble the cartoon, but nobody ever does that. So I don't know. That's personal preference, I suppose. But there he is. There's my custom. Should I put him on eBay for $1,000? Yeah, I don't think so. So I guess he's going to hang around in my collection for a while. I don't have a place for him, but we'll see. So thanks for taking a look at my custom MP-6 Skywarp. Okay, thanks for watching, and thanks for watching.